Vlog number 54, and you know, it's actually Tuesday now. I am in Boyana, and to be very honest, I am a little bit tired because today my day started at 3:15. I simply couldn't sleep anymore. I was pretty excited about a lot of stuff because if you watched my previous vlogs, I am now hyper focused on upscaling all the assets. I tried to explain a little bit. Everything is digital. I do have deals with offline businesses, and that's also all about capturing leads, nurturing leads, and converting leads. And when it's about my own, you know, I started probably 10 years ago with creating audiences, and I also explained this in previous videos. Start building audiences. Very quickly recap: hey, you start a store, you depend on the audience. You don't know the audience, you just depend on foot traffic. Most people, 99% of people who have retail stores, they simply depend on the foot traffic, and they don't have the knowledge and or the budget even to put strategies in place that actually can capture the leads, nurture the leads, and convert those leads. So where am I going with this story now? Because I got hundreds of audiences, and now I'm gonna automate all the content creation and distribution and monetization. And yeah, that's a very exciting time, because you know, when I started the whole audience creation, I did not know yet how to automate everything, and AI was also not available. But I always had a good feeling about it to have audiences. You know, I also had normal businesses, and yes, I did also not, I did not have the knowledge about capturing leads, nurturing leads, and actually, you know, converting those leads. And not only that, start doing cross marketing, you know, work together with other businesses to even increase the value to your leads. And that's what a lot of people also do not understand. And now that I'm busy with pretty much upscaling my own projects, which are 100% under my control, that's another thing. And if you new to my vlogs, strategies that I'm sharing with you, I am doing it. It's not some kind of outdated bullshit course that you have to buy. You know, I'm sharing everything for free. The strategies, working structures as well. I don't know if you understand the difference. People can tell you how to do something, you know, show you a little bit how you can accomplish something that is more or less a strategy. But when you start in putting the work, you have to put time schedules, you have to put your own milestones, and those are actually work structures, which are, in my opinion, just as important as understanding the strategy. And when it's about structure, working structure, I actually thought about it. And when it's about my own case regarding the vlogging, you know, it's already day 54, I think. So I'm doing this 54 days in a row, and since yesterday I started adding the TikTok training videos, and today or tomorrow I will also here on YouTube share one of my daily basics. I'm actually a little bit dizzy at the moment. I'm already awake. It's now 1 o'clock. I'm thirsty, I'm actually hungry, but who cares? I'm going to train to empty my head, to enter clearly the second part of the day. And like I said, I'm awake since 3:15. It's not to talk sad or something, but or you asking for sympathy. No, I'm just sharing why I'm a little bit more huffing and puffing. But still, I'm gonna do my daily disciplines. And if you're new over here, I'm 46, and the main reason that I'm training every day is keep my brain hyperactive, at least more hyperactive than anybody that I meet. And no disrespect to the country, but I have in this country never met a person with higher level energy. And that is not to brag, that is simply because of my discipline. If you're interested to do the same, and like I always mention, first of all, that my disciplines are based upon that I'm in shape, and no, the main reason is simply that my brain works hyperactive. Second, that I'm above average in shape, and I can still do my daily things like drinking a beer. I don't eat pizza and burgers and all kind of other stuff. I am careful about what I'm eating, but you know, I like my beer. And when it's about beer, very quickly about it. Also, and it's also about the food that I eat. They already exist for over centuries. You know, I eat oatmeal, yogurt, a lot of fruits. What else? Eggs. And I drink beer. And not the heavy beers, just the normal beers. So those things they do exist for centuries. And yeah. So what else? Yeah, I'm going to train. I'm really a little bit exhausted. But like always, who gives a rat's ass? Who gives a rat's ass? Whether I do it now or not, I roll over in the bed and just sleep like a baby. Who cares? Nobody cares. So, but I care about the fact that my brain needs to work hyperactive, because I do have one meeting over here in Bojana. I bring always value to the table. If you're watching this, you know it. And this is how I do it. But not only over here, I'm also going later today to Lulin. I want to discuss some stuff over there. That is because I got a ton of audiences, and I want to start injecting people in it, which means along the way they will learn and earn, and I kick off the digital dust of those projects because they're simply too much. I created too many audiences at the moment, but I think it has benefits for me, for the people who are willing to put in some work, replace some mindless scrolling, and which is for me very important. And I'm looking for always for people that are a little bit above average, genuine, looking for solutions how to escape a so-called 9 to 5, and or being a slave to their own business. Because, and be very honest, people, a lot of business owners label themselves as business owners, but you know, they actually bought their own job, and that's not the way. And even though I'm telling them a lot of stuff, but you know, I'm also now in my own upscaling thing, so I'm close a little bit that window of opportunity, and that's another thing, right? And I'm also constantly putting in the work, like optimizing my own physical and mental state, so when I would run into higher level opportunities, you know, I can grab it by the balls. Because you know, whether you know if something is coming or you don't know if anything is coming, and in the meantime you still work on yourself to be prepared for something that you perhaps maybe is not even coming. And that takes courage. And I'm not saying that I'm courageous. Perhaps I am, but you know, I'm also constantly moving. But I want to share this with you, you know, in case you start thinking, yeah, but Dahlan, I have nothing to work for. You got to work on yourself, mentally, physically. Oh, and I also do constantly want to do a book share, but yesterday also very busy, and sounds like an excuse, but let's say it like this: at the moment I do have a little bit of time managing, properly time managing. I don't want to say an issue, but I have this. I have to solve this, and probably after 48 hours, I got it all under control, and then I can focus a little bit more also on the sharing strategies. I already shared before creating the Facebook page. Yesterday I talked, if you're watching this, a lot of people do have they do have skills, and I'm thinking about my words. No, this guy actually created the faceless videos and it had a lot of views, but doesn't make a single nickel. But I noticed from this person and multiple people actually, they think a lot. They think a lot. Maybe this, maybe that. And you know what? On the cemetery, there are a lot of people who fought a lot. And that is no disrespect to the people that I talked yesterday with. You know, everybody thinks. You know, also yesterday, if you watched the vlog, the guy with his dry eyes, he has the opportunity to get paid per minute for videos that he shoots around Malta. And again, if you're watching this, he had dry eyes. Yeah, good. Dry eyes, people. And that's the level of resilience. And that's another thing, eh? When you train every day, see, now I'll get already a little bit hyped up, because no matter what, hey, everybody heard about this stoic thing. You know, but I'm not stoic. I'm just emotionally involved in life, in people, in projects, in business. Like I said also once, people get in business with me. I used to be way too easy on people. I believed that they would bring the dedication to the table like me, that they would bring the skills to the table like me. And that is no bragging, that is simply because I worked from the heart and not with my brain. Now I combine those two, with the heart and my brain, and the experience that I had with people who simply run when they when things, because I always want to do everything very bold, so things sometimes go bananas. And if you're not resilient or disciplined in any kind of way, and then all the so-called stoic people, they run, huh? And if you hang around with people who say that they're stoic, think about them. Let's see, who is still alive? Is everybody still alive? Got nothing to complain about. They have a roof above their head. Especially when you're hanging around with young people, you know, they get inspired by YouTube videos about stoic people. Well, think about it, people. If you still also live with your parents, you know, or in your 20s, get the hell out of there and start tasting life, real tasting life. You know, get your heart broken a couple of times, here and there. Some people die, you lose a few. Then you travel a little bit outside the country, you set up some businesses, you fail very fast and hard, don't think too much, and then you look back and you say, no, I wasn't so stoic, I learned a little bit more now. Think about it. Life is not about thinking. You have to think things through, but not too long, because just like with my vlogging, it's the best example ever. Do I already have the results that I want? No. Am I on the level of speaking that I want to reach? No, not at all. But the only way that this is going to be optimized, the vlogging, is simply by doing it every single day and build that mental muscle to break through the boredom. You know, it's today already vlog number 54. I had a little bit of moment this morning, I'm very honest about it. And you know, I thought, yeah, I believe that most people would already have given up. Especially when I look at the statistics, they go up on YouTube. I look at the percentages every week, you get a recap. But my views on Rumble are way much better. And the thing is, and also on the TikTok reels of TikTok shorts, you know, the views are in the hundreds, but not not the numbers that I want. And simply I keep on doing it, and I'm going to increase volume. I know I also have to increase the quality of the videos, which I'm definitely going to work on. But as you can hear, I'm very transparent about my own development regarding the vlogging, you know. And with the vlogging videos, everybody can see if I fail or not. But you know, I failed very publicly multiple times. Newspapers, pretty much embarrassed. Police involved in the bars thing, fines for this and this, all kind of bullshit. With the stores, when we opened the first store, people had bad words about it, etc., etc. But anyway, I built the resilience. So if I fail, who really cares? Would you sleep at night less when I fail? No. Really also think about this, people. When you hang around with, let's say, normal people, you still go to school and think that the career is after your university bullshit. All good. But if you want to go a little bit outside and you want to have this freedom where I talked about yesterday, and also the level of freedom, you know, do you understand what freedom is? You also can, I also don't believe if you never, let's say that your freedom was taken away, you know, that you really understand what freedom is. Yeah, your freedom is constantly taken away if you still go to school, because you have to go somewhere, you have to lift your finger when you go to the toilet, you know, you're not free. So that's already something to think about. Consider this then, if you go to school, because I could see the demographics are from 25 to 45, but I know some people are even going to school around 30 because it's safe and I don't know what. And then you end up with a mortgage and probably a husband that you met on the same prison called school, and and that is something to think about, people. I'm walking around in the forest now, and I'm in the forest in a nice area where I want to walk and train over here, and then empty my head and then continue engaging with all kind of people. Meet new people. Yeah, today I'm not gonna meet a lot of new people. I really have my focus this period. I need to upscale the stuff, my stuff, with the AI, because I did it now for a very long time manually, and now I understand each segment of the process fully, and now I'm ready to automate it and then share also those automation, how to run over 25 Facebook pages, so Instagram, blah blah blah. You know, that's what I want to go with. And I'm not gonna sell those courses for $27 on Warrior Plus or something. I share those things, and once people actually want to do something serious, then I'm interested and all ears. But in the meantime, these vlogs, people also understand how I talk, how I act. People understand my disciplines, and this is also something. After 100 videos, you know, you cannot fake what I'm doing. You cannot fake anything. I'm not some kind of actor. You probably also, if you watch previous videos, I don't have any sympathy for lazy people, people with a lot of excuses and all that kind of, let's call it normal people behavior. And I actually want to mention one other thing. No, I'm not gonna go in this topic yet. I want to clean up my head so I know I can choose my words more wisely. And like always, the people who are thinking that I talk about them, it's never to disrespect them personally, because I don't mention their names. So, you know, it's nothing personal. It's something to share with other people, and they might recognize those same behaviors. I mention those behaviors because they're normal people behaviors. And if you want more in life, you have to get out of the normal acting, thinking, a lot of thinking. You know, I talk with a lot of people that need to think a lot and don't take a lot of action. Actually, pretty much zero. You know, they put in for 1 hour some work, and then I think they did something. Well, people, you cannot even say you join the competition, and you're not even watching it on the sideline. You just, I don't know what. You could better do nothing. Anyway, all negativity, Dahlan. No, my vlogs are not for the softy pufties. And I could use all those terms that they use, those trending words, but I'm not gonna use them. I'm gonna make up my own words. But if you want something in life, why not? Get up. I'm gonna do something over here, like my basics. Oh yeah, when it's about the basics, dips plus knee raises, pull-ups plus knee raises, and then the hanging knee raises crossed, full to the front, and left and right. And I'm not gonna do the forward lunges because my upper legs and my calves, yesterday I destroyed them. And yeah, I'm going to upload one very nice training structure, which is 5 times the dips plus knee raises, 5 times yeah, the hanging over here with the arms, and then the knee raises to the elbows, and then 5 times pull-ups plus knee raises. And that is then one cycle, and you repeat that cycle maybe the first time 1 time, next day again, and then 7 days later you do it 2 times, and then you build it up, and then the rest of your life you're gonna do it. And that's why see, if I wouldn't have a training structure, I would not, you know, the way I train is also, you know, that my body stays in balance. You know, when you go to the gym, you see some guys have with big shoulders, beautiful everything, but you can see it. They work on the legs. The things are not in balance. I like to do things in balance, and that's why you need to do every day structured. And people talk about days off. I understand that. I take 5 days off per year when it's about training. But let's get into it. I keep on rattling, and I want to clear my head a little bit. If you didn't subscribe yet, I got at the moment 319 subscribers. Come on, people, help me out. Anyway, ciao for now. Finished, and let me share you a little bit about the mindset, my personal view on this. You know, today was far from easy, but you know, on days that it's not easy, I do believe that you mentally grow. Perhaps physical a little bit less, because perhaps my body could use a little bit rest, but who gives a shit? And that's also again about life, right? When disaster strikes, let's pretend that you have friends that you would die for. When their disaster strikes, are you ready? Or would you say, no, today not, today I'm tired? No, life does not care. And again, when you go outside the normality, you know, you will face adversities on times and for longer amounts of periods, you know, lawsuits and whatever, those things that, you know, you not control. The only thing that is required from your side at that point is, are you mentally and physically ready? And why physically? Well, sometimes, you know, if you have to skip a night, or you have to travel a little bit longer than expected, you know, you cannot hang around like a bag of potatoes. At least, you know, I always want to be ready, regardless being tired, regardless of being sad or something. Been a long time that I have been sad. I do admit sometimes I am a little bit worried about stuff, and especially also when I start working with new people. You know, you never know what kind of wood they're really cut out. But my filters are pretty clear, crystal clear, and also my boundaries. You know, when it's about your own boundaries, you know, set your boundaries. For example, number 1 rule: definitely do not come too late. On time is in my case too late. And also when people not coming prepared, you know, didn't think things through, or, you know, also that they didn't do the research, that they say things that are totally irrelevant, so you did not actually research with who you're dealing with, you know. Or it's gonna be talks about politics. Everybody who watches my vlogs, they know I never talk about politics. because I simply don't know anything about it. That's the first thing. And second thing, the only thing that you can hear from people who also don't have any contacts, most of them don't have any contacts in the politician world. It's always, yeah, they corrupt and blah blah blah. But I see it a little bit different. Those people also worked themselves in that position, and perhaps it doesn't sync with my morals or other people, their so-called morals, but you know, they still put in the work, no matter what other people say. And corrupt, what is corrupt? You know what is really corrupt? Real hardcore corruption. Corruption of the mind, corruption of the morals, corruption of the I don't know what. And if you're very honest about it. See, I don't watch television, but I do think when I turn on the television, not that I have one because I live in Airbnbs, and I also don't waste. Yeah, last year I watched 35 minutes, around 35 minutes television. I didn't miss anything. It also freaked me out a little bit. But, and that is, when I would turn on the television, well, where it's going to be about? Politicians, here and there a little bit war. Yes, you can worry about that someday a person drops a nuclear bomb or anything, but how, you know, people who talk about politics, they also talk about, you know, bombs for ages. So there's nothing is changing, right? So why would waste any kind of time on this? So that's another thing. People who start talking about politics, how it would influence their life, which it totally doesn't, I know. And also when people, I also don't know what it is, huh? You know, but sometimes I do think that people are a little bit delusional, because this week somebody also talked about, yeah, it influences all kind of businesses. How many businesses are you running? None. How does it influence your business then? Yeah, for other people. Oh, you can see the books, you can see their lead collection, you can see the lead nurturing, you can see the quarter, you know, results. Do you have those insights? No, they don't. So that it's a waste of time. It's better to talk about what do you want, what do you want to achieve in life, you know, what do you want to grow. You want to grow some muscles, lose some weight, and maybe think a little bit clearer. You want to change your diet. That would be good to start with. You know, this song of Michael Jackson, you know, The Man in the Mirror. I do love that song, and a lot of other people as well, but you know, it has a very clear and very reality message. So start with the man in the mirror, and if you're a woman, well, also. Anyway, I'm very happy that I did it, and this is about the training. So when it's about the training, trust me, I definitely didn't want to do it, but once it's done again, and again, once more, when you have some sort of regime in place, then you just follow it. You just do it the Forrest Gump way. You just tell yourself, this is what I need to do. It's the same if you work for a boss. Your boss tells you to come here, you know, like a dog. Well, treat yourself like a dog and tell yourself, for 45 minutes, 1 hour, each and every day, you come. And you tell your mind to shut up, and your body just keeps on walking to the calisthenics spot, or you start with a couple of kilometers run, maybe 2 kilometers a day, you know, something, just to keep the blood flowing into all the little tiny parts of your body, to bring the oxygen, bring the nutritions. Okay, I am going to do a little walk to get rid of the, I don't know what, sometimes when I feel a little bit pumped up, when I do a little walk, all the blood starts flowing freely. Like I said before, I'm not a personal trainer, but it does the job for me. Normally I like to do a lot of runs in between. I didn't run for 4 days because I'm actually shaping up my legs, and I do this for a reason, and if you want to know why, subscribe. Ciao for now. I'm going Oh yeah, so let me show you around. I'm still in Buyana. And ciao for now. This. Oh yeah, I always, when we lived in Malta, I love water. I also like this a lot. Fresh, powerful, relentless. Beautiful. The water keeps on flowing. Beautiful. Anyway, quick glance over here in Lulin. When I was walking out, I was thinking about a conversation that I had. Because, there is a lot of habits that I don't even realize anymore. And people who just meet me for the second time or third time. And we did a little walk and we talked. And then this person said, "Why do you greet all the animals?" And I never thought about it, but I greet all the animals, yeah. Even lizards. But yeah, and I don't think it's a bad thing, right? I don't think it's a bad thing to say hello to all animals. Besides that, I never realized it until this person said, "Yeah, why do you actually greet all the animals?" Now, probably, and it actually makes me think. That question made me think, because I'm always doing it. But not only cats, dogs, animals, birds. I greet everybody, including humans. No, serious, it's true. Never thought about it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't have actually any weird intentions with it, huh? Because I like animals. And also this saying, right? When you start to learn about humans, then you start to love animals, right? I do like both. And the thing is, yeah, that's the whole reason. There's also a totally useless conversation. Oh, maybe this is an interesting thing. Sometimes you will have habits that other people will notice. Good, bad ones, and yeah, a funny thing actually. When I walked out the supermarket here, I was thinking about the question. At that moment, I also not really realized actually because there are so many habits that I actually do have that are so normal for me. Also, in the past, one of my exes, he also said, "Why do you say hello to most of the people and also look everybody constantly in the eyes?" Yeah, and it's another thing. But also when they don't look me in the eyes, I'm not staring at them like a freaking freak. But also opens doors. Serious. Anyway, just sharing, maybe totally useless. But sometimes it's interesting to listen to people, when they make you aware of some sort of habits, right? Good or bad ones. This one made me giggle, that's why I want to share it. Think about, people share things with me, their thoughts and blah blah blah. And see, I know also who is speaking. But this person said, this message I received by Telegram, and he said, your inner world, what happens in your inner world happens in your outer world. Well, hey, you understand what I mean? So how you feel, blah blah blah. I don't believe that, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. There are so many children mistreated in the world. And everybody understands, who had a little bit of colorful youth, they do understand that there is something wrong about this saying. Because I saw it, and I see it now again. But also when I think about one conversation with a good contact of mine, but I know his life was pretty decent and normal, nothing crazy. And he also said it, everything is your own blah blah blah. And that's how it reflects into the world. I do believe your energy reflects in the world, but they have to refine it a little bit, and only people who really live the life, they will refine it. And I'm gonna refine it for you. If you're a child and you get beat up or whatever, and other fucking inhumane things that could happen to you, I don't believe that any child here on the planet would say, hey, this is how I feel on the inside, why don't you beat me up? Or any of the other gruesome things which I'm not gonna get into. I don't believe that. So, statement, what do you think about that? And all the normal people around you will say, yeah, of course, Dahlan, it's really a reflection of how you feel. Well, I don't believe that the children that actually get mistreated or whatever, that it's really a reflection of their inner world. Not at all. So, cut. A little bit cold. But my previous thing was about talking to animals. And the thing is, if you really think about it, because I gave it also a little bit a longer talk, how responsive are people? In general, not responsive at all. Okay, no. The majority of people are not very responsive to anything. Maybe that's one of the things that I like about animals. You can see their whole body language, you can see their eyes. You know, I did when I did in around of Chikupel, that's a kwartal or a neighborhood here in Sofia. You know, and then I did my morning runs around 5 o'clock, and then the dogs were running with me. Yeah, how responsive are people in comparison with versus? Let's comparison versus. I'm wearing gloves now because it is now getting a little bit cold, and it's the middle of fucking April, people. There, you know, for all those people who are into the global warming thing or climate change, whatever kind of trend you like to go with, but I don't see the, and also don't feel the global warming thing. Maybe because of, I don't know what, the guy that everybody, and I saw a couple of posts that people hate on Elon Musk, the guy who went into the electric cars thing. See, and again, I'm not going into politics or whatever, things that influence the world in a bigger way, but you know, I even saw people kicking those Elon Musk cars. I saw it on the internet. But if you're also very honest about everything, yeah, this is going somewhere. No, I'm not gonna get. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Because when I saw the Elon Musk, the electric car, it looks like a Lego car. See, I am a very old school guy, very typical talking guy. I'm not into going with the hypes and the trends and hating on people and all that kind of normal people stuff. But when you see the Cybertruck, yeah, the name is Cybertruck, right? I don't see it. I prefer to drive a car that has some flair to it. With all the respect, I never drove into a or with some. I also don't know anybody who owns a Cybertruck, but I saw once for 2 days ago in Knazevo neighborhood over here in Sofia. But you know, maybe I am totally out of line and not going along with the trends, but I would like to I prefer a very nice car. I don't know, But when it's about the hate towards Elon Musk, I don't understand that. In general, I don't understand hate. I do understand patriotism. I do understand that. But hate is always coming from a place of weakness or a lack of something. Because people who are hating, they're in the blaming game. Because there's a reason for their misery. And so, for example, if we go a little bit more over the top, and let's say, no, I don't know if I can say this, because I want to grow still my YouTube channel. No, we're not gonna get into this. But hate, I really believe hate comes only from that you're not very happy with your own life. People who are very satisfied with their own life, whether it's in my opinion good or bad, or your opinion is good or bad, but if people in a place of comfort, they're not getting in the hate game. And if they get into and the people who are in the comfort game and get once in a while in the comfort of in the hate game, it's only because their peers or they're actually not so happy and or comfortable as they say they are. Yeah, real hate. And I also mentioned this yesterday, I'm burping, sorry for that. And the thing is, hate, real genuine hate, I don't understand that. Because that's in a very easy way. Patriotism is way above that, way above. And I also do believe followers, they hate. Slaves, they hate. Leaders, they are patriots and take care of business. When I would look at this specific kind of area of whatever, and the whatever area is something somewhat negative, but I talked with many patriots, and I do know that they go all the way. I do know from their behavior. They don't have to tell me how far they go. They go all the way. But they also would go all the way when they walk alone. In I think it's the Liverpool song, "You Never Walk Alone." And you never. But besides that, most people walk alone, and when they walk alone, there's not so much hate left. Anyway, today's vlog is gonna end like this. I got a lot of stuff to do. I did my midday. Okay, so I started at 3:15. Now it's around 5:30. I'm doing my beers, and then I go continue for the third round till probably 12 o'clock, and then I do a little bit of nappy. And that's how it works. And tomorrow again. Every single day. But if the weather keeps on going like this here in Bulgaria, I would love to go somewhere else just to warm up a little bit, because I don't have to be here. And when I say it, I would go to Malta and go to the Balkan area, and I will drink anyways every day the Bulgarian beers over there. And if you're watching this, it will be actually nice, right? But let's see. We need a little bit warm weather over here, people. Am I in the complaining game? No, not really. But does it pushes me to make a move? Yeah, maybe. but I love Bulgaria and I don't want to go. So let's see. Anyway, so I'm wearing fucking gloves. It's April. I'm gonna end this vlog today with one thought. A lot of vloggers come over here and they say it's a dangerous neighborhood. I'm drinking a beer. I worked from 3:15 in the morning and now we're gonna end it like this. Maybe I will do a little nap over here. Fuck it. And we're gonna wait for the good weather in Bulgaria. I'm out for today. Fuck it. This is something what I do believe in at the moment. And I'm sitting over here in the middle of the field next to the calisthenics spot. You know, when you're going off the planet, when it's time to go, your parents are going or everybody who else that you care about who is going, but in the end when you're going, see, the thing is I have seen people going, so I want to share this. And this is not some kind of negative thing to share, and this is what I want to make clear about my vlogs. When you're on the dying bed or wherever you're gonna die, you're going by yourself. You're going by yourself, and the thing is, what happens in between? You're gonna fail fast. You're gonna wait and think about a lot of stuff. And that's what I want to make clear about my vlogs, because I know and I've seen people go. And I'm sitting here in the field and I'm gonna be honest about it, totally fucking hammered. Because I was working on my stuff from 3:15. But the thing is, you know, when you gotta go, you gotta go. And no matter how many people you got around you, you're going. You're going. And make it as beautiful as possible in between. When you get born and when you gotta go. And I really want to make that very clear. And the thing is, did I die before? No, not at all. But I will share one little tiny thing about, wait a minute, I have to think about my words because no, but anyway, you get born, you die, and also in between all the people that you care about, just make it clear. Yeah, that's the only thing I want to say, and that's today's vlog. Maybe you think, yeah, Dahlan, you get all emotional. No, not at all. But I'm very aware of a lot of stuff. I'm very aware. I'm 46. The end of the year I'm gonna be 47, so I got 53 years to go. But the thing is, I lived a very colorful life, and the thing is, people, young people, especially young people, if you watch this, you know, life is long, especially in times when things are a little bit harder. But you know what? Life can also be very short at one point. And when I was I was always very aware of time. But let's say it like this: when I was 18, I was thinking, yeah, well, if I'm gonna be 40, but I always had older friends and bonds. But this is how it's gonna end. And this place will still exist. And it's not particular about this place. any kind of place on the planet. They only get better with or without you. Never forget this. Never forget this. And people who are watching my vlogs, you know, there is only a very small amount of time in between that you can actually run around in the field like a deer, you know. It's true. It's very true. What do I know? I don't know. But I'm very aware of the fact that in the end, nobody gives a shit. And you also should not. But you should care about the moment that you spread out the good. And when you feel bad, which I totally understand, I do understand that. You know, when I was young, I was always feeling that the world was against me. Not true. It's not true. I simply did not have the knowledge at that time. But now I'm 46 and I want to share this. I'm sharing this because I love the calisthenics spots. I'm over here in Varda. And you know what, people? No matter where you are, life, when it ends and you see you dear people that you care about, that they go off the planet, yeah, then you think, oopsie daisy. True. And at one point it will be your time. So the thing is, you also never know when it's your time, right? Yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog with this thought, and I'm a little bit hammered, yes, but it's not about that I'm emotional about all of a sudden because of, no, maybe I'm gonna get a little bit, and I feel it maybe a little bit more courageous to talk about this because I've been there, done that, seen that, you know. When people are going, I remember, and then I'm gonna stop the vlog like this. I remember when Dahlan Baron, my adoption mother, came to me. I came to my home, and then my mother said, you know, I got cancer. You know, and then it goes, and there was a 2-3 year thing going, and then it goes downwards, and the thing is it all negative in life? I don't believe that, but you have to make the best, and nobody else told me the things that I'm saying from the bottom of my heart. You have to make the best of every single day. Sometimes when I say about feeling grateful about your knees, your ankles, your toes, your skin, that it doesn't have diseases or whatever, you know. And I'm gonna end the vlog today with this one. And that's what I love also about the calisthenics. Today I did my calisthenics swing, so. But, you know, when you're a young guy now, or a girl, you know, think about it. And maybe you think, why he sits in the middle of the field? Because I got out of the tram, and I want to make it very clear. Because in the end, when you go, you go alone. You know, no matter how many people you got around you, you know, the people who love you, they're gonna forget about you very soon. And you gotta do it now, in life. And I'm very honest about that. Okay, I'm gonna say this. When the brother of my mother died, he said one thing, and I can say this. He said, Dahlan, do you grow on cocoa slabs? And I said, what do you mean? On cocoa slabs, because I was in the indoor growing in Holland. And you know what? After that, I grew so many stuff on cocoa slabs. And the people who understand what I'm saying over it, the thing is, you know, life is so short. Life is so short. Life is so short because at one point when it's your end, did I ever meet my end of the thing? No, not yet. But I'm very aware of a lot of stuff. I'm very aware. And I want to share this and also make people aware of it, that the end is coming no matter what. Is that a negative thinking or whatever, that is doom thinking? No. But you have to do it every day. And I believe in doing good on the spot, even not even, all the people around you. When you have good energy, nobody goes to jail. Nobody goes to jail to actually giving compliments. And how good it would be that you say before you go to the end of your life. You also never know. You never know. I know people who lost their sons, their daughters. They went off the planet before they even reached 10. I know people who went off the planet, yeah, in a very horrible way. And I also know people who survived, but everybody has their own path. You know, I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. That's what my vlogs all are about. We have to do it now. Everything. Do as good as possible. And maybe you feel a little bit bad. I'm not gonna say you should not feel bad, but just, even if you feel bad, just try to do good. Keep on continuing doing good. Because you got 24 hours in a day. You got 7 days in a week. Optimize everything what you got. And I'm gonna close this vlog today with this one.